Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Thursday night, almost into Friday. I didn't really plan on doing a video this evening, but there's a lot breaking. There's a lot of news coming out here that I've been following over the last couple, 2 or 3 hours here this evening, and I just want to make you guys aware of it. It's very serious. Because it's so serious, I think I'm going to start off with a little puppy time. We need a little, first, we need a little softness. Look at this face. Ella, say hello. Can you not love that? How can you not love that? Say hello. This is Ella. Look, we need some puppy time first. See, look at the puppy. Come here. Ella, look. Just look in those eyes. Puppy time, puppy time. Let's calm. Let's all take deep breaths. Deep breaths. All right. All right, buddy. All right. There we go. Okay. That was puppy time. Now, the video. Y'all, I'm just going to start off saying, God help us. God help us. All right. We need to keep praying. We need to keep praying, y'all. Okay. Earlier this evening, Biden was giving, I guess, a speech at some event, and he is warning of nuclear Armageddon. Okay? Now, this took place on the same day, earlier today. It came out that the government, the HHS, is spending $290 million on anti-radiation drugs. Okay, these are drugs that would treat humans in case of radiation sickness, and that would only be for a nuclear threat. Okay, a coincidence? I don't think so. Those two things happen today. Kind of has a sense of urgency to it too, doesn't it? These idiots are marching us into a possible nuclear exchange right now. That is my opinion. Okay, go to the war between Russia and Ukraine. Russia is being backed up into a corner. Putin is taking losses, needs a victory. Ukraine is taking back territory that they lost earlier in this conflict. And the fear is Putin will be backed more into a corner and use a tactical nuke, or maybe even just biological, who knows, chemical weapon. And what Biden was saying was that he says that we are trying to find an off-ramp. We are trying to find an off-ramp for Russia and Putin before they begin the use of tactical nukes. Well, you should have been talking to him. You know, now you're going to talk to him. Huh? I mean, maybe not even now. Who knows what they have planned or what they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. I was just mentioning this yesterday. Whatever happened to diplomacy and talking, you know? So you don't get to this point. I mean, this is probably a worse situation. I think it's a much worse situation than the Cuban Missile Crisis back in '63. Biden also says there's no such thing as using tactical nukes without it leading to Armageddon situation. Now, that would be a full-on exchange. Starts out low-yield tactical, tit for tat. They use them, we use them back. We hit hard, they hit hard back. And then it just keeps building up to where it goes into using the big ICBMs, your intercontinental ballistic missiles. Now Russia, and China for that matter, has hypersonic missile capability. It's questionable whether the United States does. It's very questionable. Now I'm going to tell you, a full-on nuke exchange, that'd be the worst possible scenario. That would be Armageddon, which is what he's referring to here. It is said that the living would envy the dead, you know. Now, situation where just some key cities are hit, they just hit military targets. that could be survivable for a good part of the population or part of the population. It just depends. I'm not an expert on this. But best thing I can say is just keep preparing, keep doing what you're doing. I think the number one thing is don't panic, of course, because that is not productive. Okay, I'm not trying to scare. I'm not trying to panic. I'm reporting what is being said today. All right. I've been following this for a while. He also said, this is Biden, said that he made it a point to say that Putin is not bluffing. When he talks about threatening the use of nuclear weapons, he's not just joking around. He's not bluffing. I believe that. And I agree there. He's not, I think he means what he says. Now, let's say these were, if this were to get wound up and out of control, and they just hit a few key cities or a few key military targets, whatever. Let's say he just took out a couple of big cities, even in the United States. You're gonna say, well, dog, I'm out in Montana somewhere. I'm out in, I don't know, remote part of Texas, whatever. Well, even knocking out one city, I think you would have such an SHTF situation where you'd have a cascade of things going on. Power outages, all utilities could stop, and that would stop everything else. Shooting transportation, which is what gets food to the stores. So I think it's important to just keep preparing as if you lose power. You can't get to the store. No food in the stores. They would be cleaned out within hours. Okay, if something like this happened, even if it happened, let's say, God forbid, New York City, a grocery store in, I don't know, Main Street, Texas, or New Mexico, stores would be cleaned out within hours. Okay, hours. And I was thinking about this earlier today, just running around out there. I think most people are just totally oblivious. They're not following this, of course, because you're not really seeing a lot of this on mainstream news, or heaven forbid, you're not seeing it on local news. No, but even the big cable stations not covering much of this. So most people are just walking around out there totally clueless. Okay. I mean, totally clueless. But again, two things happen in the same day. The government announces or admits to $290 million they're spending on anti-radiation drugs to treat radiation sickness. And the President of the United States warns of nuclear Armageddon. When does that happen last? Never. When does that happen? So I think it's something to really keep an eye on and take serious. Like I said, it's not time to panic. But as you're out tomorrow, the weekend, get you some extra items. Okay, pick up a few extra if you can do it, if you're able, as you're able. Everybody's situation is different. I get it. So let's keep doing that. Okay. And we need to pray. That's for sure. We've got a good verse here in a minute. Pray often. All right. And let's talk with our family members. Let's talk with especially everybody in the household, and just kind of talk about this and have some kind of plan. Because if something like this were to happen, and I will tell you, if this were to spiral into a World War III situation, or a direct shooting conflict between us and Russia, and or China for that matter, it would, unlike past wars, unlike in the past, this would definitely touch our shores. We would definitely be directly affected this time, some form or fashion. Even if it's just mass cyber attacks, takes out power or other utilities, water treatment, you name it, transportation. But have a talk with your family, have some kind of plan, have some kind of plan together. If something like this happens, or even something similar to it happens, that will affect the homeland. Okay. All right, I've got a good verse. This is from Psalm 32, chapter 32, verse 8 says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. You're like, dog, what does that even mean? But, I think God uses us. He uses the most unlikely of us in situations you would never think of. And I think he puts people in our path all through our life that do instruct us, that teach us. And you may not realize it when it's happening. It may just be a short encounter. But I believe there is no such thing as coincidences when it comes to Christ. And he puts people in front of us that teach us. And there are, on the other side of that, there are opportunities for us to teach others. Somebody's asking questions. That's your opportunity to share. Let's do that. And let's do what we can to extend some grace to others right now. And this world is a mess, more than, I was going to say more than ever. I don't know, but it seems that way, at least in our lifetimes. Anyway, I have rambled on probably too much late this evening. So share your thoughts. Let's keep praying. Let's keep preparing and repeat it, So God bless you guys. Take care. See you soon.